reasonable length, but something is missing, and I think what's missing is the peat and the smoke. Well, good day everybody, and welcome to my channel Whisky Journey. Today I've got another single malt Scotch whisky review for you guys. I'm going to be going back to the Duncan Taylor single cask series and trying out one of the other samples that I received. The last review I did was the Lafroig 11-year-old, and that was excellent. I fancied a bit of peat tonight, and my original plan was to try out the Bunnahabhain 8-year-old peated. However, I've chosen to do a Highland Park this time. I enjoyed the Thompson Bros Orkney 15-year-old, well, Highland Park 15-year-old pretty much. Very much distillate led and highly enjoyable, so I thought I would try this one. But this is different cask maturation, so this is a sherry octave cask, 2008 distillate, so I'm assuming this is about 15 years old, and bottled at 54.3% ABV. Okay, as usual with Duncan Taylor's single cask series, all non-chill filtered, natural colour. I believe this is also cask strength, so all the good things. Right, so a little bit nervous. I have poured this dram out. It's been resting for about 20 minutes. As I say, a bit nervous simply because this is a sherry octave cask, and I'm hoping that we do get some of the classic notes from Highland Park. Okay, so we'll just go straight into the tasting notes and see what we get on the nose first at its full strength. Okay, so one thing I'm really glad to say with this one, straight away I'm getting those mineral notes, pebbles, cement, brick, that sort of vibe, quite drying. There's a floral nature there too. I'm not picking up any peat yet, but definitely a floral nature. There's some obvious sherry notes there too, so I'm picking up some raisins. There's some dried fruit character as well, so I'm thinking some apricots. There's some apples as well. It does come across as quite fruity as well, but in my opinion very much dominated by those mineral notes and that floral nature, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Touch herbal as well. Yeah, the sherry influence is there, but I don't feel it's dominating the spirit. So on the nose it's very promising for me. So let's just have a wee taste at its full strength. Okay, so it's very tasty. So initially on the arrival, nice and oily, good viscosity. The first note I'm actually picking up is malted barley. A really nice malted barley note. Straight up, some grassiness. And then you get the sherry influence with the raisins, dried fruit character, some apricots, a little bit of nuts as well, and then sort of mid-palate into the finish you start picking up those mineral notes, so pebbles, chalkiness, and then the floral nature sort of kicks in as well, flowery, foresty, and there's just a hint of smoke at the end. Certainly not as smoky as the other 15-year-old that I tried from the Thompson Bros. That one was far more smoke, although it was still restrained. Reasonable length on the finish. A little bit of wood tannin. Those raisins and raisinated fruits appear again in the finish. It's very nice. It's excellent. But let's just try it with a couple of drops of water. I'm not going to add too much. Maybe three drops. 1, 2, 3. Just 3 drops of water, just to see if that changes the profile at all. Okay, so finish now is coming across as slightly bitter. There's definitely some tannins there. So what starts out quite sweet, the finish just a little bit bitter. Maybe some bitter chocolate or dark chocolate. Right, let's see if the 3 drops of water have changed anything to the profile. Okay, so that mineral character that popped out initially has been pushed ever so slightly, so I'm getting more of the sherry influence. So raisinated fruits, darker fruits, apricots, yeah, a little bit of mustiness too, a little bit of maple syrup as well coming out. Yeah, I definitely prefer it without the water. That mineral note has been pushed somewhat, so it's definitely not the first thing that pops out now. And the sherry cask influence has definitely taken over, or the octave has taken over. Still getting the floral notes there, but as I said, that mineral character is what I want to pop out first. It's still there though, so maybe it comes back with a little bit of time in the glass. But I don't know, I prefer this at a natural strength, just in my opinion. Right, so just a few drops of water, let's see what it tastes like. Bit of spiciness there in the barrel at the end. So initial palate is still good viscosity, malted barley, quite juicy. I would say that those raisinated fruits have now become a bit juicier. There's a little bit of citrus there though, getting that on the sides of the tongue. It's giving a bit of sharpness, giving it a bit more depth. Mineral note coming out more towards the end and leading into the finish. A little bit drying. I'm not really getting peat at all, or smoke, which in my opinion, I got a lot of that in the Thompson Bros, and I definitely prefer that. I prefer to have the peat and the smoke on the end in the finish. A little bit of woodiness, a little bit of oak, which gives some tannins. Perhaps not as bitter on the end, like it was at its full strength. Reasonable length, but something is missing. And I think what's missing is the peat and the smoke. There's a bit of a floral nature there too, but the Thompson Bros 15-year-old had far more minerals, far more peat and smoke, and far more floral notes on the end. So overall, I do think this is a very good dram, but I certainly wouldn't buy a bottle of this. And I'm glad I've got to try it, because now I've tried it, I can decide that I don't want to buy a bottle of this. Very enjoyable, a good dram, but in my opinion, the sherry octave cask is probably a bit too much, in the sense that I'm just not getting any peat, I'm not getting any smoke. The mineral character is there, the chalkiness and the cement and that sort of vibe is there, but it's more prominent on the nose than on the palate. And at its natural strength, I definitely get some more bitter tannins on the end, which I'm not too keen on, to be absolutely frank. So I can't say this is a disappointment, guys. I mean, it's still a privilege and great to be able to try these single casks, but I don't think this one is for me. And as I've said to you guys before, I'm somewhat biased. I'm always going to prefer bourbon barrel, and that Thompson Bros 15-year-old was excellent and exactly what I'm looking for in my Highland Park. This one is enjoyable, but not something I would purchase. Okay, guys. Right, anyway, guys, that's my review of Duncan Taylor's single cask Highland Park, distillate 2008, in a sherry octave cask, matured in a sherry octave cask. Decent dram, as I said, but certainly not one I would buy. Okay, guys, so if you enjoy my content, then please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated. But as usual, guys, not much else to say, except have a fantastic day, and I'll see all of you again soon. Take care. Cheers.